Hi, this video is about my nose journey, how I got botched and had 4 failed rhinoplasties before my nose got fixed by Dr. Aaron Touchdown. When people see my original nose, they wonder why I decided to get nose surgery in the first place. Part of it was breathing and part of it was that I didn't like the tip of my nose. I felt it was too big for my face, and it was more noticeable in selfies, which actually distort your face. I thought nose surgery would help my breathing and my modeling career. Modeling was a big part of my life. Before that, I was a marathon runner, but I had to stop running after developing a heart condition, so modeling replaced that part of my identity I had lost. I did a lot of runway and commercial modeling. I was signed to 3 agencies at one point. I really enjoyed it. It made me feel confident. My first surgery was a septoplasty and tip rhinoplasty with alar base reduction. I had a bad feeling going in and coming out of the surgery. I could already see that my nostrils were really uneven, and it was so painful and swollen.
Touch the sky, sky is falling, let it come down. It's about time I leave this town. The ground is cold, the smoke is hot. Fill my soul, don't know why not.
The swelling wasn't going down at all, it just stayed swollen. Even with steroid injections, it just stayed like that. Over time, the bridge started to collapse and my nose just got worse and worse. And it was clear that I would need a revision.
I'm leaving and I'm tweaking out, freaking in a parking lot. Windows down, the rain falls up. I told God I know what's up. Life keeps trying to get me down. Pull the plug and let it drown. Older now and feeling rough. Doctor, help me get grown up.
Later on, I learned that PDS plate was used without my consent. There's a study by Wang and colleagues called Complications of Polydioxanone Foil Use in Nasal Surgery, and it describes the same complications I had: prolonged swelling and saddle nose deformity. The same problems don't really happen with PDS sutures. It's more specifically the plate or foil, which was listed as an implant in my medical records. I had a revision 7 months later with the same doctor who did my primary. It was actually an 8-hour open reconstruction with my rib and fascia using the dice cartilage fascia technique. I woke up and my columella was purple and looked like it wasn't closed all the way. I was told to keep it moist with bacitracin, but it didn't help. My columella was gone. I stayed overnight at the hospital after surgery, and gangrene was listed in my records. The doctor's fellow performed the 3rd surgery to close the columella wound. Before that, the doctor had tried to close it while I was awake, but it was painful and traumatic, to say the least. Fascia was taken from my scalp again and injected with nanofat and put into my columella. After the 3rd surgery, my nose was left severely deformed. I wasn't given nostril retainers. I didn't even know what they were back then. So I ordered these nasal vents and tubes on Amazon and used those to stretch my skin and be able to breathe. And all the cartilage that was put in my nose had disappeared. It was just a ball of mush. The 4th surgery was with a different doctor. At first, I was really optimistic, but after the cast came off, I was devastated. The doctor rebuilt my nose with MTF cadaver rib cartilage and my own ear cartilage. The surgery did improve my breathing and help my columella look normal again, but my nose still looked deformed. The rib cartilage had warped, which is a known risk with rib. Rib can also resorb. I look nothing like my modeling photos anymore because of the damage to my nose. When I consulted with other doctors, they told me that they told me that I can never expect to get back to even how my original nose was. That that there's permanent damage and many of them told me that I was going to need a forehead flap or a cheek flap to restore, circulation to my nose because I'd been so damaged. Like this is all scar tissue. See, when I press it, it's just completely hard inside, and like my septum underneath is gone. So this is just a graft that my last doctor tried to use to fix the salivage for me, but as you can see, it doesn't really fix the problems. So, I'm gonna need another reconstruction, and I don't know how many of these I can take. I don't talk to my friends anymore because I just don't feel like a normal person anymore. I have nightmares all the time about my nose falling off, about I'm haunted by this every day, and I don't know when this is gonna ever end. I just don't know what to do anymore. But I thought this fourth surgery was gonna, fix everything, and then I'd be back to normal. And now I see that that's never gonna happen. Like I'm always gonna be suffering with this. This scar tissue, there's no way to get rid of this, and my septum and my bridge, like I had a perfect bridge. I can't even look at my old photos anymore because my bridge was perfect. I had no complaints about that. The only issues were my tip and my breathing and all of that. My entire nose has been destroyed and my life has been destroyed. And I wanted to share my story with other people and and warn them about this because there are so many people who don't realize the risk. If I had known any of these things, that these were risks, I wouldn't have even gotten the first surgery to start with, let alone the second, the third. Like I just would have left my nose alone how it was. I learned about Dr. Aaron Tashtan from some online rhinoplasty groups. He invented the oblique split method, which is a way of carving rib cartilage so it doesn't warp. He rebuilt my entire nose with a closed approach since it was too dangerous to open my columella because of the past necrosis. He cut my own rib cartilage with his oblique split method and used it to build a foundation, then added diced cartilage and perichondrium for a smooth transition. He also removed some of the old scar tissue in the tip and nostrils, but we were limited there because of the past damage. He really cares about his patients. Since I have a heart condition, he said he would try to work efficiently so that I wouldn't be under anesthesia for too long. He rebuilt everything in 5 hours. He made sure to set realistic expectations because some things were too risky to fix, but he was confident he could improve my nose.
snapping, bending, etc. etc.
It's so straight. It's perfect.
Can you hold this mirror? Okay.
So here we are, back to not sure why
I will take the again. I will put the chest
I thought you'd be there all alone. I reached for you, but you said no. Go. I know I'll find you back there. I know I'll get you back again. I know
His pre-op and post-op care were great as well. We used various antibiotics to prevent infection, and he gave me nostril retainers to wear 8 hours per day for at least a year.
ooh, I'm gonna pull a study to the side. She keep coming at me every day and night. When I left in my life started feeling right. Yeah, yeah, ooh. These days I'll do anything I like. Grinding for this life every day and night. When I left I told him I would get it right. Yeah. Whoa, where your brains go? Tryna get that picture with me, better catch my angles. Catch my angles. Bitch, these diamonds dancing on me like they tango.
With revision, you have to be realistic because Dr. Touchdown explained that with every surgery, it leaves sort of a fingerprint and you can't just erase all of the past damage. You know, I still have a scar on my columella from my past surgeries. I still have scar tissue inside that couldn't all be removed. It's never going to feel exactly like a normal nose. My breathing isn't going to be as good as it once was because of the past damage. But I'm really happy with what Dr. Touchdown was able to achieve. I don't even think I could have a normal looking nose again. And I'm just really, you know, I just can't believe what he was able to do considering how damaged my nose was. And after surgery, it's normal to be worried about your nose, but you don't want to become obsessed with it and just be thinking about your nose all the time. You have to move on with your life. The most important things after surgery are to prevent infection and damage to your nose. While my surgery with Dr. Touchdown was successful, it's important to remember that outcomes and experiences may vary. You should always discuss the surgical plan and risks with your doctor. I want to note that I'm only 3 months post-op and anything can happen over time. I've heard of rib resorbing even years later, and I may need more surgery in the future. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or would like me to do videos on anything else. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.
I wish I had more time with you. I wish we could do what you wanted to. But I wish you could see all the stupid shit I've done and all the stuff I've overcome.